Welcome back to Top Moments TV today. Get ready because we are bringing you some intense moments and tech adventures that are not for the faint of heart. Dangerous things are waiting ahead. Buckle up and jump right in. Huge trucks roaring on winding roads carry on their backs a deep green forest. Huge tree trunks stacked on top of each other, like trophies of nature, are brought back to human hands. The roar of the engine echoed through the mountains and forests. The giant wheels crunched the road, carrying tall tree trunks on their backs. They were silent warriors carrying extraordinary strength, conquering every road to bring the breath of the green forest to human life. In the drizzling rain, the winding slope appeared like a cruel challenge. The giant tanker truck, heavily loaded, slowly advanced. Each wheel bit the wet road, trying to stay in the fight against gravity and slipperiness. The huge truck roared, struggling through the deep mud. The wheels crunched, sinking deep into the slushy mud, sending up streaks of black mud. The huge wooden beams on the truck bed shook violently, as if challenging the truck's strength. The roar of the engine echoed throughout the forest, drowning out the chirping of birds. The mossy green truck, loaded with golden logs, was struggling in the black mud. The wheels spun, kicking up streaks of thick mud, creating a chaotic but vibrant picture. The roar of the engine tore through the silence of the mountains and forests. The massive passenger bus rushed down the winding slope like an out-of-control steel monster. The drizzle of the jungle covered the road in a hazy layer, turning the asphalt into a slippery carpet of ice.
Ôi con này thì an toàn. Ui vẫn bị bẹp từ lúc nào rồi sao?
The massive coach lumbered up the steep slope, its wheels screeching on the wet road. The jungle rain poured down, turning the red dirt road into a slippery river of mud. A huge mountain of sand crashed onto the road, turning a corner of the street yellow when the truck lost control and overturned. The scene was chaotic with dust and sand everywhere, the truck lying around like a wounded monster. Come and witness the bravest truck warriors demonstrate their extraordinary strength and skillful skills in the dramatic King of Wood loading competition. The mighty trucks, with their roaring engines, are tirelessly rolling on the winding, twisting roads. On the large truck bed, tall, sturdy logs are neatly stacked on top of each other, creating a magnificent picture of the power of nature and the resilience of man.
So he's going to gonna set up on the road and I'm gonna throw them out in the road somehow. Holes a bit longer.
These trucks are not just a means of transportation, but also a symbol of the connection between green forests and human life. They carry precious gifts from nature, contributing to the construction of buildings, warm houses, and sophisticated wooden products. The huge truck, buckling under the weight of its overloaded cargo, teetered on the narrow road. Below it was a deep abyss. Every sway was a threat, a step closer to disaster. The monster of the road with extraordinary power, conquering all roads to bring green gold everywhere. The silent warriors, carrying the breath of the green forest, contributing to building life. The huge truck roared through the morning mist, lumbering into the stream. The wheels crunched over the cobblestones, water splashed like fireworks, dyeing the sky brown. On the truck bed, tall logs swayed as if they were about to fall down, challenging the power of man and nature. The huge truck roared, echoing throughout the old forest. The truck bed was loaded with precious timber, towering high like a mobile tower in the wilderness. The wheels crunched into the slushy mud, creating deep, jagged tracks. A huge truck roared down an icy road. Huge logs, neatly stacked, lay motionless on the bed like sleeping giants. The red dirt road writhed under the wheels of the giant truck, which was carrying rough, rugged logs on its back. The black, slushy mud swallowed every wheel, causing the truck to lurch forward, struggling in a life or death struggle. The massive logs swayed on the truck bed, ready to collapse at any moment, creating a scene that was both majestic and tense. The brave driver, with calloused hands and a determined gaze, steered the truck through each arduous meter of road. The road was covered in ice, turning into a death trap. The heavy truck was stuck in the thick snow. Every minute was a battle with death. Could they overcome the harsh nature? Not backing down in the face of difficulty, the rescuers joined forces, using their strength and determination to rescue the truck from the clutches of ice and snow. The warmth of humanity triumphed over the harshness of nature. Under the pouring rain, the flood rolled like a ferocious monster roaring, swallowing everything in its path. At that moment, a giant tanker appeared, standing tall against the wrath of nature. With the roar of the engine, the giant off-road truck plunged into the seemingly endless, thick mud. The wheels grinded, the mud splashed like fierce waves, but the steel beast still bravely moved forward. In the heart of the deep green forest, ancient trees stand tall, defying time. Skilled forest workers with calloused hands and hearts that cherish nature are doing a responsible job. The trucks are brave, resilient, with roaring engines, tirelessly rolling on every road, carrying with them a miniature desert, shimmering golden sand. The iron beast roared and plunged into the raging stream. Water splashed and white foam rolled under the giant wheels. The truck tilted and swayed, but it still stubbornly moved forward, conquering the ferocious stream bit by bit. Amidst the blinding white snow, the giant truck was stuck on the icy hill. The desperate roar of the engine echoed in the quiet space, like a wild animal trying to escape the clutches of the harsh winter. The giant tractor, seemingly invincible, now lay motionless, swallowed by the cruel swamp. The black, sticky mud, like a greedy monster, was slowly engulfing the steel machine, leaving only the rear of the vehicle dangling helplessly. The roar of the truck engine echoed. The bed of the truck shook violently as the giant dark brown logs crashed to the ground. Fine wood dust flew into the air, sparkling in the sunlight, creating a scene both majestic and poetic. The iron monster roared. Its giant saw teeth crushed the makeshift houses, dragging them like broken toys. Dust filled the air, the sound of metal screeching. The scene of devastation was like a nightmare. In the middle of the majestic old forest, the roar of the engine echoed, tearing apart the inherent silence. The powerful tractor, like a steel monster, was diligently doing its job. The iron monster roared and gnashed its teeth, its giant wheels spinning madly, biting into the squishy mud. The mud splashed up like black waves, covering the body of the car. The winding road clings to the steep cliff, precariously balanced between heaven and earth. The seemingly endless hairpin bends challenge the courage of anyone who dares to set foot on them. In the deep abyss, the river roars and surges, as if it wants to swallow up the daredevils. On the long, winding roads amidst the mountains and forests, the timber trucks move majestically forward. They are not just vehicles, but silent warriors, carrying on their backs a lush green forest. These trucks are more than just a means of transportation. They are off-road giants with powerful engines capable of conquering any terrain, from flat roads to dangerous mountain passes. Not backing down from the harsh nature, the rescue team bravely entered the land of ice. The giant truck was like a wounded monster, lying still in the middle of a sea of white snow. Each machine roared, each cable stretched, each brave person fought against time and nature to bring the truck back to safety. The four iron monsters roared and struggled in the sea of mud. The wheels grinded and spun hopelessly, splashing mud. The drivers, their faces dirty and sweaty, tried to control the giant machines to escape the deadly siege of the muddy road.
Vai, vai. Ah, agora deu certo.
Vai, parceiro.
Já tá, porque a gente desengatou a carreta, aí puxou a carreta da frente.
cao. Và cái dốc cầu rất cao, cầu đứng luôn, người dưới tim không dám đi chúc bạn. Đây các bạn, chiếc xe sẽ ôm cái cua đất ngặt này có tay áo hơi mới được. Rất nguy hiểm các bạn, bánh xe trước không lăn mà trôi luôn rồi. Hãy đặt cứng tay, tinh thần thép.
Từ 12 giờ đêm giờ mới được chạy các bạn. Ngon lành ngay, đơn giản như ăn cháo. Đúng lòng suối luôn. Ôi.
agora apareceu o nosso amigo ali da pedreira, 24, 28, Mercedes, traçado, tá aí fazendo aí o resgate. Pessoal, finalizando aí, vamos mostrando tudo pra vocês. O dia a dia aí do Tapetão Caipira. Agora só falta o DAF, né? Agora só... Fura o radiador. Ah, meu Deus. Ah, vai. Meu Deus do céu, meu Deus do céu. Não é doido não, menino.
Bà đúng mắt này. Bà đúng mắt này.
Đây các bạn, đây là con dốc mà chiếc xe sẽ được lên rất cao. Các bạn hãy chiêm ngưỡng tài năng của bác lái xe kêu. có vài một khó khăn thôi các bạn ạ. Rất tuyệt vời, chiếc xe đã vượt qua được con dốc rồi. Cùng chúc cho bác tài sẽ vượt thành công. Tạm biệt bác tài. Cùng chúc cho bác có một chuyến đi theo thành công, an toàn và
Yapıştır. Ulan helal olsun. Vallahi helal olsun. Aynen solu geri al. Gel. Gel bırakma gel. Gel. Bravo.
Tamam şimdi doldur tekrardan.
Araba kesilmeyecek. Çok rahat geç.
Ben senin yerinde olsam buradan vurmam.
Buradan çapalı. Ver gazı ver. Sağ yap.
Bırakma ya.
Oo. Wow, kalau saya kan trombeta em ação. Ei, mula valente, conseguiu subir sem nada, hein? Aí eu dou valor, hein? Olha lá. Respeita a mula, pessoal. Aí o nosso colega, trombeta em ação. Ficou. Trabalhos, o colega vai fechar o cabo.
Olha só a poeira, galera. Vocês podem ver a regada demais. Vamos ver ela subir aí. Olha a carga.
A vapoda. Bata o reboque, olha. É carreta, pessoal, é o trem, é? Olha. 4 reboques. 1 reboque, 2 reboques, 3 reboques, 4 reboques. Com elas. 2 reboques grandes e 2 menores. Esse menino de Maraú aí. Aí, ó. Gasolina, hein?
Vai esticando, vai! Aê! Aê! Aê!
Xe mặt luôn. Quá tuyệt vời. Đây rồi các bạn ơi.
Deixa eu te falar. Mas sempre que tem um, né? A gracinha desse maranhense aí. Carregar de cimento, hein, bacana. Meu Deus do céu, meu Deus do céu. Não, menino. Holy, oh, look at that. I think he's trying to have a bite on this contest party, man. I can tell you. God! If I'd only known he was giving rides, I would have brought my mother-in-law to the show.
Да оторвете ему сейчас лицо с разгона, блядь. Нормально, да. Вот так только в профиль. Давай, натягивайте. Интересно, что с этого... Витё, красава! Витё! Руль сюда! О, не залезай! Стой! Прямо его, да, туда лучше тяни, по прямой! Стой! Всё, ништяк! Опа, родимая, не надо никого держать!
И Владимир Нагорный. Поехали. А вот он. Нормально.
нужно выехать, по-моему, туда уедет. Конечно.
Nachmittag.
Привет. Вот так выглядит приехали. Называется. Приехали называется. Это место в городе. В таком деле главное отцепиться.
Задошли. Теперь наша очередь.
Thank you for watching my video. If you like these eye-catching scenes, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next exciting content. See you in more exciting videos about dramatic off-road vehicles.